Original gunslinger. Hey yo.
I'm taking it all in, baby. It's breathtaking looking at you. You give me something to think on, baby. There's nothing better than being with you. These days they're driving me wild. I can't get you out of my head. Got an addiction to your ways, baby. There's nothing better than the days we share. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you. And oh, I feel good. And oh, there's nothing better than being with you. Oh, I feel it. And oh, I feel the loving from you. And oh, I feel good. And oh, there's nothing better than being with you. I'm taking it all in, baby. It's dangerous staying closer to you. You give me something to think on, baby. There's nothing better than being with you. These days they're driving me wild. You're on my mind, maybe it's for the best. Got an addiction to your ways, baby. There's nothing better than the days we share. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you. And oh, I feel good. And oh, there's nothing better than being with you. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you. And oh, I feel good. And oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you. And oh, I feel good. And oh, there's nothing better than being with you.
4 a.m. putting on my shoes. Gotta get outside, gotta leave this room. There's just too many things that remind me of you. The empty streets light up a neon sign. Always give me some peace of mind.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Flamish Experience. I first want to say this is gonna be pre-recorded because tomorrow, which is gonna be today for you guys, of course, because the Flamish Experience is on Sunday. But I'm doing pre-recorded because my wife's birthday is actually on Sunday, which is today for you guys. Which is confusing for me because I say it's tomorrow because it's actually today.
Just don't forget what day it is when it comes.
Yes, so Sunday, my wife's birthday, so I will not do it live. It's pre-recorded. So besides that, yeah, we're gonna have a fun show like always. Random set stuff. And we don't know what's gonna happen like always. And we got a small panel today. We got the regulars. No guests. Because it was a little bit hard to find someone. So if you want to be on the show, let me know. Let Animated know. Let Darth know. Let Clowns know. Or 4GQ TV, and you'll hear back. So we hope we can find some people to just come on the show, say hi, talk about your life, your stuff that's going on. But we'll go on with the show for now. So first of all, we have Darth Praxis.
Who? Yes.
Who?
Thank you.
Who is this guy?
Who?
I don't know this person. Get him out of here.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, thank you.
No, come back, please. Yay. And then we have our good member, upstanding citizen, 4GQ TV, or Clowns.
What is up, everybody? Welcome. This is my official deep voice today. How's everybody doing?
He sounds like a clown that's a little bit of a blow.
I'm doing very well, Clowns. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just
Oh my
brilliant.
god, I
Yeah,
can do
well
a
done.
voice like that too! Yeah, I joined the club! And then of course we got my only and my best co-host, Animated Evil, as always.
Yeah, well, the good news is, Flamish, I'm going to be the sensible one. I'm not going to do silly voices like the other two guys did. So yes, thank you for having me. Let's go. Let's have a good conversation today. I'm looking forward to it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we always have one thing we say at the beginning of the show, and just to know, like, what have people been doing this last week? Were you gaming? Were you doing other stuff? Like, what was going on? We'll start with Clowns on top of me. Clowns, tell me.
Well, I was hanging out with Miss Piggy, and we were doing some really cool things lately. Oh, Piggy, I miss you. No, I was,
Jesus Christ.
I was playing some.
I love it. I love it when you do this shit, dude. I really do. That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty much spot on there, sir.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. But however, carry on. I apologize.
No, it's good. Playing some Crusader Kings lately. Really getting into it again. May have picked up the DLC for it, which I don't know why, because it's been out for a while, and it's not on a great sale. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Money's on fire in your pocket. I got it.
Well, no, that just put holes. The fire put holes in the pocket because there's nothing there. That's it.
You're paying with moths. Here you go. They ate it all. They have it in them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
but
I'm preparing to pay with bottle caps, just in case we have the Fallout apocalypse, right?
turn it in glass and plastic to get your redemption and go, I got enough money finally to get that.
There we go.
Real quick, that's a funny point, Darth. I just want to say this. I'm sorry for interrupting the whole intro, but when I was younger in Pennsylvania, we didn't have the refunds on tin, like soda, like the 5 cents, 10 cents. However, what we could do is take bags and bags of it to Connecticut. So I would save maybe like 6 trash bags full of just those cans and come out $300 or $400 by turning them in for the refunds.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
That's
Yes,
my
my
intro.
son.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, we were past intro, so I was asking you what you did last week.
Oh no, he was playing the game, got the DLC, and
Yeah.
spent some money with the some reimbursement for plastic and cans. There you go. Now you know.
Yes. So Darth, well, what's your?
I've been doing fucking shit. That's what I've been doing. Nothing. God, stop asking. Actually, besides work, and then not so much work because my industry is excellent for leaving you hanging and sending you home without pay for days on end. It's fun times. But other than that, I've been playing a bunch of different stuff. Monster Hunter is actually the one I've been playing the most of lately.
Okay.
And then I intended to play the new Hi-Fi Rush, but I haven't put any time in it. And then I got a message from a friend inviting me to a game preview that I can't really talk about. But when the NDA ends for that, then I might be able to discuss it a little bit. And I plan on playing that today and tomorrow. So I kind of have to put some other things in front of it. But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush actually looks interesting to me.
We have to talk about this secret project after the podcast, right? We have to talk about it. We have to know, right?
We're gonna be the first to have the scoop, right? When
but
we can talk about.
I'm under NDA, so you speak, I'm fucked. So there you go.
Fudge! I just put water all over my mat from my keyboard.
I thought you were trying to cover my F word. Damn it.
Hold on. I got a towel right here.
Okay.
I always have a towel near me.
It's fine. Flamish, you go. You deal with your thing.
I'm dealing with it. I got my towel right here. I always have a
You
towel
deal
for
with
my
your.
water stuff right here.
You deal with your thing. I'll take over, right?
Yeah,
Also,
besides work and lack of sleep, what you been doing, sir?
Do you know what? While Flamish is toweling down himself,
I'm done.
I'm gonna tell you what. I've. Do you know what? I have not been able to play a game this week. I've had a very, very, very busy week with work and stuff like that, and I have not been able to play anything. So,
flatly unacceptable.
However, I have pre-ordered. Yep, we're gonna get some hate for this. I have pre-ordered and paid for the old Harry Potter thing. Yeah.
Hogwarts!
Yes! Way to go!
Hogwarts Legacy. I have
did you do
pre-ordered,
the
right?
deluxe?
Yes, I've got the deluxe
Hey,
edition. Yes.
you can play the 7.
Yes,
you got the hug with extra warts, didn't you?
Do you know
Son of a
what?
bitch.
It's cost me a lot of money, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Of course it has. It's like $74, shall we say?
It's better
like,
than the. Do you know the super special edition? Remember that's like $300.
$300 for just a book, basically.
Also, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though I've not been able to play games this week, I've also realized on sale there is Assassin's Creed. Yeah, so
no.
Assassin's Creed is on sale for
Which one?
$16.99, I think.
Which one?
The Viking one.
Oh,
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
And was it with?
Yes.
Was it just a normal base game? Was it with the DLC?
So the base game has been on sale for
a while.
Do you know $16.99, I think. And guess who bought it?
You.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah. So I've bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Not installed it yet. But
it's just a little space issue too.
You know, it's 100 and
son of a bitch. Yeah.
152 gigs or something. Thereabouts, right? So I really need to focus on the game I'm playing right now, because we discussed this last week. I really need to finish
what you started.
The game I was playing, yes, which is Outer Worlds.
Ooh, yes.
So
son of a bitch. That's one I still haven't finished either.
done the DLC yet. Like
No,
Cozy was.
no.
Oh,
like
animated.
Cozy said, no, I've not finished the game yet. I've not had a chance. Well, as of last week, right, we discussed that I am balls deep into the game, right? We are where we are, right? I have not played it since. I have got so many things to do to get rid of it before. Do you know what?
You're just accumulating a backlog that's unimaginably.
Absolutely.
It's like an avalanche on your ass.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem. I need to finish this. I need to finish it. But the problem is with work and life and
fucking life.
Silly kids and stuff.
Do you know what
it's just I've not played anything this week.
Do you know what that is being called? Animated.
Go on. What? Go.
You're just a normal gamer.
You're just
I'm a normal gamer. I'm not a hardcore gamer. I'm a normal gamer.
You have other stuff to do. You cannot play all day. Just a normal gamer.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, hopefully I can get onto both of those games this coming week. Hopefully I can finish the game I'm playing right now.
You got to get Outer Worlds done like soon, so that Hogwarts Legacy is gonna fuck you over soon.
It's 70 hours for completion, right?
Well,
so
that's
35 for the campaign.
Well, let's put it into context. I mean, it's a different kind of game, obviously.
Open world RPG.
So, like Monster Hunter, and I've said this in the past, is a completely different. It's more like Destiny in the way that you play, because you continue to build your character up. And in Destiny, they added seasons to try to draw it in. But in Monster Hunter, it's just basically you're driven to try to unlock everything in the game. And Monster Hunter World, I put between the Xbox and PlayStation, I put 700 hours in that game. And that was nowhere near what some people put into it. I had a guy I played with who's like, I put 2,200 hours in this. I'm like, fuck, you kidding me? Ugh, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not too bad. You got time. You can knock this out. Don't worry.
You still got 10 days.
Oh yeah, plenty of time.
You can
spare it.
The 7th for the people that pre-ordered the deluxe edition.
I did. Yeah.
And the 10th for the people that
are lazy bastards like me and haven't pre-ordered
it
yet.
Like if you have the normal edition, right, the just base game, not the deluxe, it is still the 10th even if you pre-order. So
I think you should. If you're going to be interested, it's probably worth pre-ordering just because you get it early, right?
Yeah, I would say this is my opinion about pre-orders, right? If you plan to play game 100%, even if all the reviews are bad, you just want to play the game, that's when I pre-order, and that's the only time I will pre-order from now on. Why? First of all, I do like to watch reviews. I like to know what the game is a little bit about if I'm curious about the game, not entirely sure, right? Sometimes I want to be surprised, but most of the times I do want to know what the game is about before, because it costs a lot of money to buy a game these days when they're brand new, till they're a couple months old, and then there's a sale and then they're half off. Most of the time it's just they try to entice you with all these pre-order stuff and you get free skins and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Thing is though, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to call it right now. This is the only game I have ever pre-ordered. That's
wow.
Yeah, seriously. Normally I'd just think, no, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Usually, right? This is the only game I have actually actively, right, gone on and go, yep, pre-ordered. I want this game. And this is the first time I've done it. And you know, you
yes, excellent. Sorry, we're both thinking the same fucking thing.
know what?
Boy!
You did it first pre-order.
All right, calm down.
You're really excited for the game, I guess.
No, the thing is though, right? It's really, really, really weird that I have never done this previously. Right?
It is weird. I'm weirded out by that.
It's testament to the fact that how excited I am for this game. It's the first time I've ever pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you're a big fan of the franchise?
Of the world?
Or you like it?
I do like it. I do like it. However, but if you have seen any of the developer diaries that they've done, yeah, and you've gone on to see how this game is.
Well, it's how
being
in depth
progressed.
it is too. How in depth into the world it is too.
insane.
It's deep.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
It's absolutely fantastic, and I suppose it's testament to them how they've done this, right? That's the reason I've pre-ordered.
Well, there are people that would pay full price for a 3D Hogwarts simulator just to walk through the place, and that's essentially what you can do too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's incredible what they've done. True.
It's also made after the books, not the movies. So
Well, yeah.
They took inspiration from the movies, of course, right? But they went.
Well, they
with
took the
books.
lore and they went with the
Yeah.
lore of the books, which is awesome. I wish, in truth, I wish the developers, and I'll go on this quick tangent, come back, would get their hands on like the Lord of the Rings rights and do the same thing with that they've done with Hogwarts. I would fucking be blown out of my mind to have something like that done with Lord of the Rings, and with this kind of love and dedication and adherence to the story material would be incredible. And another one that's coming out like that I have hope for is the Dune game that's coming. I'm hoping that it adheres that same way. But anyway, back to you, the animated.
So the actual castle, right?
Yes.
Is it's basically Alnwick Castle. I've actually been there, and I've been in. It's a stately house in the UK, right?
A stately house.
It's a stately house, right? It is.
That's a whole studio, right? Where they record all stuff.
Well, it's all in the studio, right? Harry Potter's in the studio, but there is a stately home that is Hogwarts, right? It's basically Alnwick Castle. I've been there, and it's absolutely fucking beautiful. When you go there, you just think, good God, why? And do you know what? When you look at what the developers have done with this game, it's just, you see Alnwick Castle, right? How it's supposed to be, and you see the grounds, how it's supposed to be, and do you know what? It's absolutely amazing. It really is. I've been there, seen it. The game just looks exactly like the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they took a lot of inspiration from the movies as well. Like I said before, like there's a lot of stuff like that just in the game. Also, there's lore everywhere. Like you can find these little papers floating around and tell you little bits from the books that you don't know, or just little clues, right, to what's going on in the world. Like it's awesome. There's so much I can tell about this game, but I just don't want to spoil it for everyone because I already know
keep it
so
to yourself,
much.
buddy.
Yeah. Like you will find a lot more in this game than you bargained for. I swear. This game is worth way more than the price they're asking, in my opinion, because it's gonna be the best Harry Potter game ever released. Wizarding World game. I will say it like that.
I do have to ask, because Clowns has been very, very quiet at the minute.
Yeah.
So,
Oddly.
Clowns, what do you think? Come on.
I'm excited. Let's go, Harry Potter. Yeah. Well, okay, not Harry Potter, but 200 years before Harry Potter. I am excited for Hogwarts Legacy. I think the open world aspect of it is fantastic. I think the mounts are great. Just flying around and just going on mounts across the countryside, running different little villages, cottages, whatever you want to call them, from what they showed. It just looks fantastic. The overall graphics is great for what it is. I do question the combat a little bit, but you know what? The whole idea of this big, vast, open world with lots of nature, right? Because we don't see that these days, like all that nature around.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, man. Like, I think that's great. I'm excited to see what kind of missions are in the story. The fact that you could choose to be good or bad adds more of a little bit of fun factor to it, you know? And man, I'm just excited to see where this game could take us. What kind of stuff, how can they keep the longevity of this game going? I think there's so much potential here, and I want them to utilize everything on this, because let's be honest, we've seen these past years, we've seen delay after delay. We've seen things get scaled back. We've lost excitement for so much, but this game has so much promise to give us as gamers, and the developers worked really hard to get this out to us, and I can't wait to hear the voice acting in it either. Like, I'm always fascinated by how the voice acting adds to the art of the video game. That just, I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's get this.
Yeah.
Stop teasing me already. God damn it.
Are you pre-ordering game, Darth? You gonna
I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it. I was hoping that we would get some more information about the friends and family plan for Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
I will
probably
be
gonna
getting it,
next
though.
time, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I will be getting it because I have multiple family members that play and they want access to it. And I learned a long time ago, unfortunately, as much as Noof Nukem and I are in agreement with physical versions of games, even though you're downloading the game onto the hard drive, you're not playing it off the disc. It's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
And there's limitations to owning a physical copy of something that really piss me off, that you have to have the digital, that I've actually made purchase of games twice because of that, just so my family can share it.
Damn.
That I will end up probably getting the the digital version of it anyway, because I want everybody to enjoy it. So yeah.
I want to say to everyone in chat, I know we can't see it live because pre-recorded, right? Tell you again for everyone that just came in, that
Oh,
didn't
I
see
see
the beginning
you.
of the show. Like if you are interested in the game and you're considering it, just just do it. It's gonna be an awesome experience. If you like open world RPGs, it's gonna be a good game. Trust me. So much is beautiful. It's realistic. So much to do in this world.
Well, let us know, even though we're not in live chat, let us know how many of you are getting it, and
Yeah.
if you're pre-ordering it or not. That'd be interesting.
I'll be probably in the chat as well tomorrow, checking all the comments and stuff, reacting. But yeah, for me, what I've done this week, because that's where we were dozing off there a little bit, but it was awesome. Like always, that's a Flamish experience. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? You can talk about Hogwarts Legacy for 20 minutes. What was my plan?
It's fine. It's all good. It's all good, brother.
That's
It's
yeah,
all
I love
good.
that.
It's
I
all
love that
good.
about this
Indeed.
show. That's why I called it the Flamish experience, because I'm the same. I'm just that random. But basically, I've been playing a lot of Power Simulator. I had an issue on PC though, that I was trying to. I installed the game on PC because it's also on Game Pass on PC, right? And I have it on Steam, and so I want to play it on Game Pass. I'm like, okay, I'll install the PC version and we'll play together, right? I have all my progress from the Xbox. So I'm like, I'm installing it. I want to play it, and then it wants to sync my cloud data, and it's like 0%, and it takes a minute. 1%. Takes a minute. 2%. I'm like, is this broken? So I deinstalled the game, I repaired the game, I restarted my PC, I did all this stuff. Didn't help. I reached out to people from Microsoft, right, to see if I can get it fixed. Took a while. They answered me, do all this kind of stuff. So I logged out of my accounts, did all the stuff. And then like, okay, I'm just gonna launch the game. So it did the same thing, 1%, 2%. I'm like, okay, I have time. I'm just gonna let this run to 100%, and we'll see what happens. It took like, I think half an hour to get it synced. But it works flawlessly now. I still got all my progress, so I just need to wait half an hour.
Well, last time I just poured a gallon of water on my PC. That fixed everything. For some reason.
I will not try that. Well, I'll do
No,
that
you
if
didn't.
you
Come
buy
on,
me a
come
new
on.
PC, though. But it has to
That
be
was the
better.
fix.
Oh, come
I
on,
need a
come
new
on.
PC.
Come
so-
on.
Fuck you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you
So
didn't.
after that
No,
works
no, I
flawlessly,
didn't.
so if you ever have that problem, just let the game do its syncing, because if you stop the syncing, it will not play anyway. Just do the syncing, let it just run, and it will be fine. Just for people that play Game Pass on PC, you know that can be an issue. They haven't
And
heard
if
it
you-
before, so.
Yeah, and if you don't already know, don't listen to Darth.
Bad advice.
Good job.
I am a
Yeah,
Sith,
yeah.
you know.
If you don't know, don't listen to Darth. Right?
So after the show, I am gonna pre-order the game myself. Hogwarts Legacy, I still needed to, but now we sold something and now I can buy the game. So I'm very excited to buy the game. So I'm gonna pre-order myself the deluxe edition on PlayStation, because PlayStation has the extra stuff, and because I don't wanna not have the Felix Felicis potion and the Hogsmeade stuff that they having for
No, okay.
people that
okay.
do it on PlayStation. I'm doing it on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Oh
Can,
my god.
can we discuss this?
Yes.
Can we discuss this?
Yeah, of course.
So, what is the difference between? Obviously, I'm playing on an Xbox, right? I have downloaded, or I have pre-ordered the deluxe edition
Yeah.
on
Xbox.
Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, because that's where I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you just said that you've pre-ordered and you're going to play on the PlayStation, right? That's true, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
why would you play on the PlayStation rather than the Xbox? I'm interested.
Well, let me say.
Let's discuss.
Yeah, so the
Right?
only thing why I'm pre-ordering it is just the extra content. Some things will never go to other platforms. The Felix Felicis, which is an important part of movie 4, I think, with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I think it was. Yeah, Order of Phoenix. That movie has the Felix Felicis potion, right? That's just so important to me that I want it. It's only pre-order exclusive for PlayStation. It's not coming to other platforms, right? The other
Why
stuff,
But why is that?
because it's a pre-order for PlayStation, they had the marketing rights.
Because Sony money hatted the fuck out of them is what
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know what? I'm interested.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
interested in why.
Sony.
I'm interested in why.
Sony
Okay.
has the marketing
Yeah.
rights for Hogwarts Legacy. They paid for it big
Yeah.
time, because this is
Money
a huge
hatting.
franchise.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of money involved in this franchise. Trust me. I'm not sure. I don't know how much, or I haven't found anything about it. Of course.
This is what
because-
makes them an excellent company.
I'm not talking
What,
about.
you
it.
agreed to that,
So-
Flamish?
No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
I don't
It's a
agree.
good
I just
thing.
capitulate. That's
But
all. I
I
pay
just
them
love-
money.
I just love this game so much that I want the most content. Like all the other stuff that I'm gonna list now is going to other platforms in a year.
So
right
there was a
now,
barrel,
in a
and they
year.
put you over it. I
Yeah.
get it.
So they put me over it just because the Felix Felicis potion, right? All the other
Feel
stuff.
the Flamish experience.
There's a haunted
firsthand.
Hogsmeade shop quest, which is probably not gonna be long, like Clown said, right? But
It's a 1-year exclusive.
1 year exclusive. An additional dungeon, 1 year exclusive. There's a special cosmetic set you can get only on PlayStation for a year, which is part of the quest stuff. There's also a Hogsmeade shop, which is gonna be exclusive for a year, right? So that kind of stuff is just why I'm getting the thing on PlayStation. And also I am interested to know how the haptic feedback will be on PlayStation, because they do have those triggers, right?
Oh, man.
I want to know how it feels. I want to know.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
You gotta
But
feel it to know
For
it.
me, it's pure that Felix Felicis potion, because I know It's
gonna
a
look
cool
that up.
thing, and it's a recipe, so
Yeah.
you can make it multiple times, right? It's not just one.
While we are talking haptic feedback, right?
Yes.
Right? And you've gone all I love PlayStation bullshit, right? Well,
I love this
you
game.
did. You did. It's fine. It's
I love
okay.
this
It's
lore.
okay.
I love this
It's
franchise.
It's okay. It's okay. I love you, brother. It's fine. It's
I
okay.
love Sony.
Thank you, Animator, for saying this. Somebody had to say it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not bullcrap. No.
It's not. It's
don't
not
agree.
bullshit. It's not bullshit. You have said yes. I love Sony. Yeah, okay. Right.
I love this game.
Can we have a discussion about the Sony controller that's just released, right?
Okay,
The elite,
yeah.
basically the elite controller. Can we discuss that?
I
Because-
don't have it in my hands. I've seen one
No.
video.
You don't. However, right? So, how many of us right now have a elite controller? Xbox. I'm talking, right?
Not anymore.
Darth, do you have a Xbox Elite controller?
Do I have an Elite controller?
Yes.
Hold on.
Mark 1, Mark 2, whichever, doesn't matter. This you'll see where I'm going soon. But however,
I've had
do
an
you
Elite
have one?
controller.
have
No,
one,
I've
yeah.
had one in the past. I've had one in the past.
Okay. So, Mr. Clowns, do you have an Elite controller?
I do not.
Okay. That
I had one. It broke. I had to return just
okay,
before 2
okay,
years of
okay.
warranty.
Okay. Let's focus on Flamish with is oh, I broke it. Yes. So,
No, I didn't. break it. It broke.
your Elite controller, why
Yes.
did it break?
Why did it break? Well, actually, it was
Yes.
one of the bumper buttons. Always click twice, and I'm not gonna pay for new parts, right?
Okay.
So I returned it just before the warranty wears off, right? I played for until then. If I pushed a particular side of the right bumper, right, I could still click only once. So I tried to play it as long as I can until the warranty almost wore off. Then I returned it, said I couldn't use it because the
Right.
double clicking, right? They couldn't fix it.
Okay.
So they had to give me back my money.
All right. So he
So,
got one.
I got my
So-
money back, but
Yeah.
I'm not buying
So,
one again. No.
We agree at this point that the bespoke controller,
Yeah.
from Xbox, has its flaws, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
every
course it
controller
does,
has
yeah.
its flaws.
Of course it does, right?
Every-
I have a Mark II, and it's been nothing but fucking brilliant to me, right?
Mark II. What do
Okay.
you mean?
The Mark II
The
Elite.
V2.
The Elite.
Yeah, I have
Mark
the
II
Mark
V2,
II
yeah.
Elite, yeah, the
Okay.
V2, yeah.
Yeah.
I
The-
have,
The
and
V2. Yeah.
do you know what? That is absolutely brilliant, right? So, currently, I have no issues with it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna play a game,
Yes.
and I'm gonna be there for. Do you know what? The battery lasts 40 hours.
Yeah, it's insane.
40.
Like
Yes.
40.
Yes.
40 hours.
the thing I can say about the controller animated is just
Yeah.
the battery life, the quality of
Hey.
the controller itself, right? How it feels in your hands,
Yeah.
how the sticks feel,
Mhm.
the buttons, they feel great, right? But I've seen a lot of issues online with those bumpers. The bumpers
Yeah.
are an issue, and the pedals on the back, like sometimes they didn't want to click with me, right? But
Yeah.
the magnetic, so they fall off easily sometimes when they don't really sit that well inside the thing. But overall, it was a super great control. I love the case that you could just put it in. You can carry it with you. You can plug it in back. It just charges station altogether. No dust in it because you just flip it close and done, right? So it stays clean. It's a good piece of tech. It just, for me, I would not buy it again. I would not buy it again.
I highly recommend the Thrustmaster eSwap Pro.
No. let's take all that into.
It's my favorite.
Let's just sit and be comfortable and take all that into.
Yeah. The new one, PlayStation.
Right. However, the new one, PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
I have an issue with the PlayStation one. The battery lasts for the battery lasts 4 fucking hours.
Ooh.
Why would come on?
I want to say so. Hold on. I want to say this because
no.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
You go.
Because most people don't understand. I don't know what's going on, right? I have a PlayStation 5 controller right there in my charging station that I got from PlayStation.
Yeah, it's not your PlayStation 5. It's the new.
The DualSense Edge.
I know.
It's the DualSense Edge.
Same battery life like that one.
4 fucking hours.
Yeah, they say it's the same battery life like that one. That one I can play for 8 hours without charging. Right? I don't care if I have to put in a wire. I don't care. I can put in a wire anyway. I can just plug in the plug like next to me in the wall or something, right? And you can just put in a wire, done, right? So I understand maybe some people don't have that option, but I mean, what if you need to charge your phone while you're on the couch and playing video games? You plug it in, right? So why not your controller?
No. That's bullshit, right? The version of Xbox, right? The Elite controller from Xbox lasts, right? The battery lasts
40 hours versus 4. Your question is why it's 10 times more capacity than this same price controller for PlayStation, and that is a valid question. Is it rated for 7? It says it's rated for 7 or 8.
Same price. It's not even the same price.
Well, the same price that the original Elite went for, though. It was $200 when it first. It was actually $250, I think, when the first Elite first came out. It was not cheap at all. Yeah, but no. Your point is valid. The point is why I think it's rated. I think on Sony said it says 7 or 8 hours, and people are testing it. It's only getting about 4 hours of constant use, and then it's dying, and they're going shit. And they got to plug it in. And I understand what Flamish is saying. I've had the same problem with PlayStation controllers from day one for the PS4. I constantly had to plug it in, get it charged. It was always a problem with it running out of juice while I'm playing the game. Like, oh my God, I had to plug it in. I had to order on Amazon an extra long cable just to play the games on a regular basis. How many hours I'd put in Monster Hunter? It was ridiculous. It was like, okay, well, I got to keep it plugged in, I guess. It was crazy. And it's a wireless controller. I'm going, why doesn't it last as long? And the other thing, Sony went for the proprietary locked battery that you can't remove. And so I was like, okay, well, now I can't do anything with it. Of course, I think Xbox is the same way now. Oh, no. Are they? No, they aren't, are they?
No, they got the battery.
They got batteries. Yeah, you can put a pack on it. Yeah, you can put a pack on it. So,
not pack, just batteries.
Well, you can buy a pack, though. You can actually put a battery pack in there.
Yeah, the battery pack is never in stock.
A rechargeable pack.
I always wanted to buy one, and it's never in stock, so I just gave up.
Yeah. So it is. I don't know. That's a thing between Sony and their manufacturing side and some not some good QA. Yeah.
It's not a good approach in my opinion in this day and age. I mean, I would love to just put batteries in and play all day, but I almost never run out of battery on my PlayStation 5 controller, so I don't have that issue. I can't compare to anyone else because I'm not having an issue. I don't know if it's just my controller, because I just turn off the lights, right? In the settings, I could just turn all of the lights off so it runs longer. Takes me around 8 hours to play. I can play for 8 hours. I never play for 8 hours on PlayStation. So I have no issue, which is weird. Everybody else has an issue with it. I don't. I never need to plug it in.
Questions arise.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But like, I do think it's cool what they're doing, right? They have like the removable sticks if you have stick drift, so they just give you the stick itself. Like, if there's trouble with it, they can just give you a new stick, or probably you need to buy a new one, right? Because
You
they're
mean
sold
you mean like this,
yeah, you can
where I
take
just
it
pull
out.
it out?
Yeah.
And then, yep. Already done it.
That's cool. That's cool. I love that.
Yeah, that's the Thrustmaster. I got it specifically because of that, because I've gone through 3 controllers, but I'm a freaking gorilla with controllers. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think
I destroy them.
I think I have soft hands. I never have problems with stick drift at all.
Among other things.
I think I'm just lucky with controls, except for the Elite. The Elite is the first control that actually broke on me. Don't know why. Maybe I let it drop a little bit too much. Sorry.
Let it drop a little too much. You know, I just don't hold on to it very
sometimes
well.
I lay next to me on the couch, I stand up and it falls off
It's
the
soft
floor.
hands.
Then the
Soft
pedal
hands. You
on
gotta
the
hold on
back just
tighter.
flies away 100 feet. Like, where is it now? Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. If you yourself have this controller and you have issues, then I think like, we're just listening. Like, where did you get this information from, Animated Evil? Reviews?
The way he said that just made me sorry.
I'm just asking. Because I see one review and said 4.5 hours.
I don't know. It was just kind of.
Yes.
A lot of people were selling this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it from multiple places then. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if you want this controller, just look out for the battery life, I would say. There's nothing else you can do about it. If you really want to have the extra stuff on the back, like you have different pedals, you have the 2 buttons on the front, on the bottom, where you can twist your profile and stuff.
I see one in depth that they did. Holy shit. Because of all the crap that they threw into it in the same package size, they actually put a smaller battery in.
Yeah.
They couldn't fit the big one in. That was the problem.
No.
Yeah.
So they shoehorned a tinier battery, and instead of finding a way to pack it to make it more dense, they didn't want to spend the money on it, so they just got an inexpensive option and put a smaller battery in it, and that's why it only lasts 4 to 6 hours. It's like
I have no idea why they did that though.
That's terrible.
It probably is the most cost-effective way to cut corners somewhere, right? Was the battery life?
It sounds like a Sony thing.
I mean, I'm not one to question it. I'm not one to say yes or no.
Yeah.
Could be.
Look, back in the day in manufacturing, as far as electronics, I was a Sony whore. I had all Sony TVs, products, AV, all that. And over the years, I realized mostly you're a bunch of dicks, but not all the time, just in their business practices and how they deal with things. And this doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. Like, yeah, well, cost effective, yes. But if they made it a better controller with a better battery life, that'd be great. How can they only get 6 hours? And the answer, you're right. The answer is the haptic feedback. There is so much put into that to allow that to work. And that sounds great, but it eats that battery alive. That's probably the biggest problem. It eats the battery alive, doing all those vibrations and all the things it needs to do to continue the feedback. So it just drains it quick. That's pretty much the answer. And if that is your cup of tea, like you said, great. I mean, that's your thing. But more than likely, you're probably going to have to plug the thing in and keep it plugged in all the time to do extended gaming sessions. Yeah. That's just the way it's going to probably be.
I do want to say, and this is going to stink for people in Europe. How much do you think that control costs here in Belgium?
It's not $199.
Are you really thinking about getting that controller, Flamish?
Oh, he's gonna get
No,
it.
not the
probably.
controller. I'm thinking about
No,
something
no.
else. But how much do you think the control cost here in Belgium?
Oh, probably what, $300 or 300? Your cost?
240 euros.
Yeah. It's gonna.
That's
not
like
be cheap.
40 euros more than you pay in dollars.
Be thankful you're not in Brazil, I guess, right? Oh, well, Brazil anyway.
Oh yes.
Just be thankful
oh
all
my
the way
God,
around.
people in Brazil. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you get better prices at some point because.
Well, all the way around, they've got issues all the way around. Price is
Come
probably
on.
the least of their
come
concerns
on.
at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, there
But
we go.
let's just move this along, right? We'll just
Sure.
go because there's one thing I do want to discuss because we know what happened this week. This Thursday, it was the developer
Wednesday.
gaming video live stream, right? That they did. I don't know the
Yep.
exact name. Klaus, what was the exact name? You
It was
know
the
that.
Developer Direct, stolen
Yeah.
directly from
Yes.
Nintendo. Thank you.
Well, no.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Stolen?
Nintendo
No.
Directs have been around how long? Nintendo Directs.
Okay,
The whole-
hold on,
they're-
but-
and the format's very similar. Actually, it's
Is it?
actually. Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
they
Have you ever
just took
watched the
some
Nintendo
good.
Direct?
No.
They
Maybe-
did a lot of the
so-
same things.
So, Darth, would you consider that they just took a lot of good ideas from what Nintendo
Oh yeah.
does?
Oh
and
yeah. I
just-
was being facetious. I thought it was a brilliant thing they
Yeah,
did.
sorry, what was that word?
Facetious.
Facetious. I was being silly. I was joking. I was
Facetious.
fucking with you.
I never heard that word.
Sarcastically
That's the first
humorous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was being
Yeah.
Darth. How about that? Is that better? That's a little more descriptive. He
Well,
was
we're gonna call it soon the Darth Experience.
comic asshole. That's what it was.
So yeah, we all know that was going on, right? The show, and
Yes.
I just want to know your thoughts, guys. I know everybody's talking about this all the time, right? We on 4GQ have talked about this, but I want to know your guys' opinion. So we'll start with Darth.
I thought, like I said, I like the format. I think it's when I joked about the format being similar to, it's not exactly the same, but there are a lot of similarities to the Nintendo Directs, and I think making it short and focused on specific aspects, getting through them, illustrating things, showing gameplay. They did an excellent job of getting to the point and giving you something that you actually enjoyed seeing. And then, of course, the shadow drop. Shadow drops are amazing. They don't happen very frequently. I understand why you don't, but they are kind of a necessity in this industry to really draw interest back to something for a while. And they did an amazing job with that shadow drop. That was excellent. But I enjoyed it. I think the most disappointing thing for me was not seeing a date for Forza. That was the only thing I was disappointed with. And it was understandable. They were like, oh yeah, by the way, each track, it's about 3 terabytes of data that we get for every track. And well, fuck. Yeah, that's going to take a long time to collate and put all that into a game. So I understand the delay, and of all things to be pushed back with a nebulous date, even though there are a couple things like that right now, that one doesn't bother me as much. I understand if it comes later in the year, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, how dare they? It's just one of those things. Starfield, I think, is it, even though it wasn't even brought up, it needs to be more of the focus and putting more of their efforts in ensuring that that's done and released early enough to hit the mark. I think that's key. And if Forza has to be pushed back a little bit to make room for that, that's fine. That's completely fine. We've waited long enough for Forza, and Forza looks incredible. But the rest of the games, they look great. Redfall looked great. A lot of people, I don't know. Some people thought it looked like a step back. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it looked good still, but somebody was like, oh, it doesn't look as good as the last time they showed it. And it looked the same to me.
I have to look at the trails more, I think, about that.
Yeah.
So ending and Clowns already said this question on 4GQ, right? But if you give the show a number, what type of number would you give it on 1 to 10?
What, me? I would say,
Yeah.
probably an 8. I thought they hit a lot of the marks. Like I said, that one drop of not showing when that was coming out, when Forza was coming out, was disappointing. That was the biggest disappointment of the whole thing. Seeing Minecraft, which never really has it's never drawn me in as much. My kids love to play it, but I like it. It's fine, but it just hasn't drawn me to it. Seeing what they've done with it was far more interesting than anything I'd seen in the past, and that was kind of cool. So I mean, they made something that I didn't think was interesting more interesting. So it was a good show. Yeah, they could continue this format, and I'd be fine.
Okay. And then, animated, you're next. I want to know what your thoughts are about this whole direct, and give it a number at the end if you want.
Uh-oh, mute. You're a mute.
He's a mute. Can you do sign language?
Yeah, he can.
Oh,
know
it
that
is
one.
writing.
Yeah. Is
There
that
you go.
better?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
better?
I thought you were
Right,
writing
okay.
down.
No, well, so, I don't know really. I really liked it. I really liked what they produced.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really enamored with what they did, but I like what they did. It's a really weird thing, to be honest.
You liked it and you didn't.
Yes, exactly
Okay.
that, right? I liked
Mhm.
it, but I didn't like it. So I like what they produced. We're all what they did with Forza. Yes, absolutely. Because you all know I'm a fucking Forza fiend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The problem is with that, I've already seen it because I follow the Forza monthly thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Forza wasn't the best thing, but in essence, it was a really good show. I liked it. It was really good. In essence, it was a good showing, and they need to continue doing these things exactly how they showed that. They need to continue monthly, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
And I think you were probably disappointed you didn't hear world premiere, right? That was
No. I know.
Xbox exclusive.
Well, actually, we had the world premiere and
We
release
did.
at the
We
same
did.
time.
An
I mean,
Xbox
we never
exclusive
knew
world
that.
premiere.
We did. We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But in fairness, I think they should do this more often. It was a good show. I liked it. It was brilliant. But
And what's your number?
my number,
From 1 till 10 pineapples.
from
Wow.
1 till 10,
1 to
What?
10
From one-
pineapple pizzas.
from 1 till 10 pineapples.
Not saying the name, but
It's
just
getting
saying
sour.
pineapples.
Better be careful.
7.
Oh,
So 7 pineapples.
7 pineapples.
Okay, it's
yeah.
almost a full 3.
Pizza pie.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do they? Wait, pineapples
that-
come from trees, right?
I
They-
agree with they should be doing this more frequently though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They are never going to have an 8 or 9 or 10. They're never going to have that. 7 will be the thing, right?
Okay. So what for you like deduct the points? Is it just the way the format or? Just curious.
Oh, it's as if it's a difficult thing, right? Because how could you imagine a 9? You can't imagine 9. It doesn't matter.
Well,
Right.
it's personal, first and foremost. And I mean,
No, it does. It doesn't. We're going with 7. That's it.
okay, that's good. Animated.
Yes.
Clowns. Sorry.
Yeah, you
Better names. Sometimes I switch names. Sometimes I'm sorry. No. Clowns. For GQ
You
TV.
got it right. My name's Animated. What's up, mate?
Wow, that's
Okay, no, just kidding.
that
Sorry,
was
Animated.
not great, man. That was just a whole other way from that was down under.
I thought it was a good show, and for me, I would say that I was at an 8, and the reason why I say that is because I think it was straight to the point. We saw more gameplay, more cinematic footage. The number would have been up for me if there was less people on the screen and less camera on the people and more on the games. But they had to do what they had to do. Maybe they just didn't have enough footage, or they didn't want to show us other stuff that might be pre-alpha. So I get it, makes sense. Minecraft Legends is kind of like a downer for me because I thought it was going to be more like Dungeons, and it obviously is not. So I am a little disappointed on that aspect. And the stealth drop was great.
Okay. So an 8. Okay. So what I thought, guys, and I have to be honest about this, right? I thought the show itself, I didn't expect much because we're developer direct. I'm expecting a lot of jargon and talking about the games and stuff, but not like in the way it was formatted, how it was. But for me, the game, the show in general was just excellent. Everything was
BRB.
concise. Everything was to the point. They explained a lot of stuff while they were showing gameplay. I saw every bit of game that I need to see, but Forza we didn't see enough, of course, because we didn't see gameplay, more about what's going on with development in that game. But like Redfall, I didn't know what that game was gonna be about. Like I was interested in the game, but not to the point that I wanted to play it, because I didn't know enough about the game. But now they explained so much, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested in this game. This is gonna be a day one play. Game Pass, right? It's all gonna be free anyway in Game Pass. Like if you have the subscription, you have the game. Simple. Minecraft Legends, I didn't even know what the game was about. Like until I saw the gameplay, I didn't know. I thought there was something completely different, and it's so interesting. With 4 friends, just defend your base and just kill the other base. So more like Age of Empires, but more action combat, I would say. It's cool. I
In
love it.
Minecraft.
Yeah, with Minecraft. And then the most exciting thing for me was just the shadow drop. The shadow drop was so awesome. I didn't expect one thing. I think, was there actually a leak before? I think no one knew that this game was coming, that there was gonna be shadow drop.
I don't think there was any leaks. I didn't hear anything about this game.
No,
I mean, somebody might have known, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. So it was amazing. I want to say that game, I actually after the show was like, oh, I need. As soon as I knew there was saying you can play it later today in a couple of hours, right? That was gonna be midnight. Apparently, was after the show you could already stop playing it if you wanted to. I downloaded the game. I then watched the stuff from Elder Scrolls, because there was also a live stream from Elder Scrolls with all new stuff there planned for the year. And then I started playing the game. I played till the first boss 2 hours in, and it was so much fun. I love a rhythm-based game. I don't play much of those, but I love them. And this was just so much flavor, so much personality with this character and the way the art is presented to you. It's so nice to see, like a breath of fresh air. It feels like Sunset Overdrive and Devil May Cry to me,
Yep.
personally. With rhythm, then instead. But it's so good. It really is honestly, it's really good game. I don't see a lot of negativity about the game, except that it's exclusive and not to go into PlayStation at all. So the game will not be on PlayStation. Will be exclusive, is what I've read. If it's different, sorry. I mean, I'm just reading what I see online, right? I do not have scoops or anything. I'm just a normal person. Okay.
So far, that's all I've read too.
Yeah.
I've read it's pretty much exclusive.
But yeah, then you see news stories like, yeah, the game is not going to PlayStation. Will it ever come to PlayStation? So, there's always media going around like, going between those two consoles again and two companies. But overall, it's just a flawless show. I don't see anything bad except for the date for Forza. But I just knew they want to get this right. They want to get this time right for the first time. I hope Anime will be back. But I just hope the game, when it releases, will be just in a flawless condition with minor bugs. And probably, I think Starfield will surely come out before it. I think they're just taking their time, which is a good thing. I'm always happy when they take the time with games. I mean, that's how it should be. And guess what? Redfall is coming out the day after my birthday. So that's interesting. So yeah,
Well,
overall,
you know what you're getting, but not having to buy.
yeah, I mean, all those games I'm getting without buying them.
Lazy bastard. Jeez.
Well, otherwise,
Spending all that
I
money on
wanted
Hogwarts
to,
is what
otherwise,
it is. I
other
know.
people could know what they wanted to give to me for my birthday.
That's a stretch, buddy.
No,
Keep
I'm not asking for gifts or anything. I don't do that. But yeah, I'm just now waiting for Hogwarts Legacy next after next week. So
Yeah, 2 weeks.
just a little bit. And then we have so many games coming. I mean, Dead Island 2, Dead Space just released. If you play that, if you don't play it, okay, right? There's so many games.
Yeah, the next special edition game that I'm actually going to spend money on getting a larger or a nicer edition would be probably Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch.
Tears of Kingdom. Explain.
The Zelda game. Zelda Tears
Oh,
of the
the
Kingdom.
new
It's the
Zelda
sequel to
2.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the collector's edition or just the special?
Whatever the highest one is.
With
when
the
it first came out, well, they haven't even announced it yet that I've seen.
Oh, okay.
They haven't
that's
shown
at
anything.
least 6 months out, probably.
It's May. It's not even 6 months. It's May. So it's coming in May.
And they haven't announced any collector's edition yet.
They have not. So
There
I'm still
should be
waiting to
soon.
see.
It's not going to
Well,
be
the original-
Nintendo Direct or something in February?
Well, that's the rumor. Everybody's kind of hoping to see them do something. It's been a while since they've really shown much new stuff. And
yeah, January is mostly the low point of the gaming industry, right? Everyone's coming back from work.
the
they're just
entertainment
starting
industry.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the low point.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's ramping up. Oh man, I just can't wait. All these games, I'm just so excited for gaming this year. It's gonna be a good year. Even Phil Spencer said himself, like, this year is gonna be better than last year. So
I think anything's going to be better than last year for them.
yeah, I mean, it just started. And we got this giant news.
No,
so
good start. It's a good start.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
I hope they keep it going. I hope PlayStation will do the same.
Well, no, bringing Redfall, bringing Starfield, and bringing Forza in the same year, and potentially other games that we haven't seen or heard of yet.
Yeah, but still
sometime
waiting
this
for
year
those other
potentially.
announcements.
Oh man, it's a good year so far. I mean, with what's potentially coming, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, and like you said, PlayStation, I do hope that they bring a lot more out and really start supporting. We see more announcements during like E3. I'm really looking forward to seeing them kind of dive into that again this year. I miss the old E3s.
Yeah, there's even the game Nightingale that's coming soon, right? It's coming out. I think there's no date yet. That has to release soon.
Well, there's Atomic Heart as well, which looks amazing.
Heart. Game Pass.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the game for a while. It looks so interesting. I would say BioShock meets.
It's the Russian
Metro.
BioShock. Yeah, Metro.
BioShock meets Metro.
Exactly.
Metro, but with funky weapons and just the stuff in the game. It's all
It fits
very
more with
weird
the
and-
BioShock feel for sure.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah, that's oh my god, so many games. And I love to talk about them. That's why we have the show as well. So just want to talk my stuff about games and the people on the show and freely about everything they want to talk about.
Of course.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Darth?
Not me.
I'm
I don't
somewhat
know.
out of stuff.
I don't know. I'd have to ponder a little deeper into my psychosis. And actually, we shouldn't go there. I don't know.
Where is it
Honestly,
taking us then? That's
where's
my question. Down the rabbit hole we go. Woo!
Well, one of the things that brought to mind, I mentioned it. I'm not just stuck on a Lord of the Rings thing. I swear to God. But I did notice some similarities to an older Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle, or I think it was
Battle for Middle
Battle
Earth?
for Middle Earth. It was a
the
strategy
RTS.
game. Oh yeah,
RTS.
no,
Yeah,
that was one of
one
the
and
only
two.
RTSs I ever got into, and I played with a buddy of mine. And I was thinking
Oh, that was good.
that if that Minecraft Legends had skins that would let you do like a Lord of the Rings quest, and even do something where you would actually have skins and have like the Battle of Helm's Deep and things like that in the game, that would be a incredible
Then you
tie-in.
can make scenarios or something and could
And
do
make
all
the
that
battle
stuff.
scenarios like, and have
Ooh.
the battle for the Return of the King in Gondor's field, with Gondor and
Well,
everything. That'd be crazy stuff
I
to
would
do.
I would not be sure that you can stack blocks that high, right? Like
Well, you can
just
stack them pretty high.
like the Helm's Deep wall, like 10 feet high, like.
Oh, that's not too bad. But it'd be pretty cool to be able to recreate things like that. It'd be fun.
Oh my God, 10,000 orcs, like 10,000 piglings, like coming.
Watch it crash game systems left and right because it's just too much. It's like, no, we can't put that many things on screen.
That would be
Yeah,
cool. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that. Like, there is potential with that game for sure, right?
Oh yeah,
And,
all by itself, it's got a lot of potential too.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
most of the
interesting
games,
multiplayer.
Most of the games have so much potential, but then it's just the vision what the creator wants, what the director, like he designs the game, and then in what he feels is best. Same with Todd Howard and Fallout and Elder Scrolls, like how he designed it, that's how it went to be, and that's what we saw in the interview that was 3 hours long from a particular creator. Content creator, right, on YouTube. Like that interview actually gave me a lot of light into why Todd Howard designs his games in this particular way that he does. So I have a little bit more understanding in that, and that made me understand more about other creators as well. So I went to look in that more. Yeah, that's very interesting. I hope we can see something like that, like an own scenario stuff. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Or just modding on PC. Every game should have modding capabilities on PC. Period.
I'd like to see some of that on console, but I know that ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, Skyrim does it. And Fallout
Yeah.
does it. Why not more games?
Yeah,
Get on it,
that'd be
devs.
nice.
Get on it!
Stop
It's
being
an
so
awesome
damn
thing.
lazy.
It makes your games so much more alive and keeps them alive for longer, right? Because people can just play them over and over with different things. Also, cheats. I want cheats back. Be invincible. Be flying. Go to the walls.
Yeah, of course. Of course, that's where it really starts to cross the lines because you have so many games that are all multiplayer, and so they'd have to create it to where there's basically a wall between what you can do single player versus multiplayer. So you have a game genie, like a digital game genie that lets you do things. You're like invincibility. Oh, whoops! I'm playing PUBG. Sorry, guys.
The last game that actually did that with, like, there was just like you said, a game genie, right? But just like a trainer, we call is what called, with different buttons, and every button does like invisibility, infinite ammo, infinite health, infinite mana, infinite ammunition, and stuff like that. And that was Within, Evil Within. I cannot play that game, right? I hate scary games. So if anyone gives me a scared game, I did play it, like Phasmophobia, right? I played that game,
Yes.
even though I
Yeah.
don't like scary games, because someone gifted it to me on Steam. Thank you, mystery person. But overall, I can play those games. But with those trainer stuff, right? That I'm invincible, don't have to fear death, don't have to be scared around any corner to die, right? I enjoyed that game actually because I knew I was not scared for my life.
Oh, we got to get you in a VR horror game or something.
Oh
That'd be great.
no, never. On Outlast or anything, I'm not playing Outlast. Even if I would be gifted that game, I would not play it. Just too scary. The only game that's scary, but it's more like tension, I would say, is Resident Evil Village. The only one I
It
did
was
play.
mostly
times.
tension, and that had some jump scares in it. That was
Three
about as bad as it
times
got.
I finished that game.
Yeah, it's great. That was an excellent game.
Excellent.
That was it was
Yep.
the way my daughter put it. She said it feels like they had this concept for a game that they called The Village and decided to put a Resident Evil game on top of it.
Yeah, it feels that way.
'Cause-
Like the story connects to the previous game, but it has nothing to do with Resident Evil in general.
Oh yeah,
I feel.
the last guy one of the last guys you fight, what's his name? Was it Reinhardt? Or I can't
No,
think
not
of his name.
Reinhardt. Einhard.
Is it? I can't remember his name. So when you fight
Einhard.
him, he's the only one that feels like a Resident Evil character.
Yeah.
He and his level felt very Resident Evil like. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a little more like it.
Yeah.
But every other
these
part of the
blob
game didn't.
monster stuff.
Oh yeah, every other part of the game was so different and it was so unique. That's what made it great. And like I said, it felt like
Yeah.
it was more of a concept. Like, hey, let's take Resident Evil 4's idea and then let's tweak it and make it, make it something a little bit deeper. And I thought it was way more interesting. And the characters were amazing in that game. So yeah. It wasn't really a horror game though.
Did you
it was
play
a
the
great
arcade
game.
version as well?
I just played through the story mission and then finished the DLC.
Oh yeah, I need to get that DLC at some
Yeah.
point. And the third person mode, because that's completely.
And there's a third person mode that does make it makes it feel quite a bit like original Resident Evil. It just works way better. It's just a lot easier
Yeah,
to
I
maneuver.
think it would be a better fit for Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
I
I'm
hope they
back.
do more like this.
What is it, clowns?
Yeah, what is it, Klaus?
No, I'm back. I had to walk my dog.
Okay,
Oh
yeah,
well,
anime
thank you for
is
coming
also
back
gone.
and joining us again.
I don't know if anime need to go. Oh, someone. Oh, be right back. That were you. Okay. Yeah, it didn't say anything. It just left. I hope he's okay. But yeah, I enjoy all this stuff, man. It's so great. Yeah, clowns. We were just talking about Resident Evil Village and talking about scary. Wait, what was the conversation? I forgot a little bit. I forget stuff so quickly, man.
It's like a
Civ.
squirrel ran by and he looked the wrong way for a minute. It was we were talking about horror games a little bit, and he was mentioning how he didn't like them, and it ended up drifting into Resident Evil 8 and just talking about a good game and how it's designed, even though it's not a horror game per se. It had some scary
Yeah,
aspects,
it's more
but it was
tension.
it was more tension. It wasn't really horrific. There were a couple times though, I would say the house with the baby, that one was pretty
Oh
good.
no, no!
That was
no!
probably the
The
scariest.
house with the mouse.
Dude,
That was probably the scariest
that
part of the game.
That fetus in that thing. Like I one time upsettingly just let myself just stand there and see what happened. I'm like.
Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable for sure. It's
Uh,
like, come on, elevator, come on! If you never played the game, it's a blast. You should play it. If you don't like horror games, it's more tension. It's not really that scary. Just a couple jump scares, and the game has an atmosphere for being scary. But it's not scary game, except the machine, like the third act of the game, where you have the machine stuff, right? I would say it's a little bit more scary than the other parts. That felt a lot like, no.
I thought that I think some of them earlier were a little scarier than that, but as far as for fear factor and for getting uncomfortable, the end didn't really get me too bad. I
No.
thought it was easier to deal with. It was like, oh
The
yeah,
end
that's not
boss
too bad.
was also. Mm,
It was okay.
yeah,
It wasn't too
okay.
bad.
The
It was
end
better.
boss
It was.
seems always to have some issues with being.
I was trying to remember. Resident Evil 6 was very very repetitive.
Resident Evil 6, come on, that's like the worst Resident Evil.
Oh no, it was a great game. There was so much nudity in it. It was wonderful. What an excellent game.
Like it's
A
an action
plus.
game at that point. That's not Resident Evil. I'm sorry.
It was an action game.
That's
yeah.
more an action game than anything else. I'm great they went back to other stuff with the franchise.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
7 really turned everything around, and 8 is just more fun. More fun.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look forward to 9. I hope it's not that scary. Otherwise, I wanna buy 9. I wanna buy 9. See ya, Klaus?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to discuss?
Yeah.
Mm,
He's thinking.
That's on your mind?
mm.
Sorry, chat, that I can't help you with anything you're saying. Oh, I wish I could, but we're not live. We're
Oh,
pre-recorded.
I have a joke that I want to say.
Okay. Skepticism turns in.
Where was French fries born?
No, we're not doing this.
Oh no, you don't even know what the answer is.
Born.
'Cause-
Born.
Yeah, born. Go ahead.
What,
Darth, any guesses?
what do you mean by born? It doesn't be born? This isn't live? It's a thing.
Yeah, where were they born?
Where were they invented?
No, what were they born in? Where were they born?
They were born in potatoes.
No, I need an answer. It's a country.
Yeah, it's a cut and dry answer.
No, it's a real
Okay,
answer.
okay, Darth. what
I'm
do you
not
think?
answering. I'm not answering this.
No, me neither.
In Greece, come on, man.
No,
Come on!
No, why do you think they were in Greece though?
Because they come
You were
from
saying
Greece.
that last
you
time.
can't- Yeah, you gotta make them in Greece. You get it?
It's-
Dreadful told me that
it's-
joke. If you don't like it, I'm taking that up. I'm gonna tell Dreadpool you didn't like his joke.
You tell him that.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Somebody's got to
that
work
joke.
on his jokes.
It's my language barrier. Everything is
I mean,
my
there's
language
dad jokes
barrier.
and then there's bad jokes.
Yeah, that wasn't a good joke, Klaus.
Greece, you get like the country Greece.
Get it?
Yeah, it only makes sense in your language. I have to translate everything in my head to Belgium, to Flemish.
How do you say
right?
Greece in Flemish?
Vet.
Oh, it was born in Vet.
Vet.
It was born in Pituvet.
Vet. Okay, no, we're not going there. Okay, guys. Yeah. It's a little bit of a small show today.
A little small.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I will be back next week with a full show, like every week. I'm sorry. My wife's birthday is more important than YouTube.
Than us,
So,
clearly.
Yeah, than the show. My wife's birthday is more important. Always take your wife before everything. First lesson in marriage, or it will not be marriage anymore.
There's truth in that.
Flamish says, "Scattergat, get in the kitchen and make me sandwich."
Oh.
No. But no. Guys, first of all, I want to thank you all for being here. It's awesome. I will be responding to some comments, of course, when I'm also in the comments right tomorrow. Today. Oh my god, this is so confusing. But yeah. So we'll do the outro. So Darth, where can people find you?
Well, at Praxis Darth on Twitter, that'd be one of the easier ways to find me if you want to follow my stupidity there. There's plenty for you. And as far as on Xbox, it's Darth Praxis. So easy to find. Other than that, that's about it right now.
That's it? Okay. So clowns. Project TV, my man. My brother.
You
From
can
the North
find
Channel.
us on 4GQ TV every Thursday. We have some interviews coming up. I'm
Oh.
speaking in my voice actor voice here.
Doing good.
Yeah, thank you. I am Batman. We have Joe Bell Castro's interview that I got to finish editing. We have somebody else from WWF coming on. We have Kelly Thompson, award-winning writer. Jimmy Palmiotti's coming back on. Yeah, so we got some stuff to look forward to. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. And yeah, Animated Evil's not here anymore. You can find him, of course, here on the Flamish Experience. I don't remember if he had something else that he did as well. Yeah, it was also on 4GQ TV, of course, on the weekly show on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. EST, together with me as well and Klaus. And if there's something else, he will tell you next week, right? Or last week. It was last week he was here as well. So go watch that video at the end if you want to know where he is all the time. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But no, you can find me, of course, here on the Flamish Experience, guys, every Sunday at 2 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time. For the European folks over there, like me. And then besides that, you can find me over at 4GQ TV at 6:30 p.m. EST. You can find me on the Renegades on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. EST. I'm starting to learn. It's working. Starting to remember. And besides that, yeah, I will be doing. I'm gonna do that right. I'm gonna say that right now. When Hogwarts Legacy launches and I play it for a couple days, I will make a new review just for a game because I am a huge fan of the franchise. I've done some reviews in the past for 4GQ TV. Normally I was not gonna do one again, but this game I will make an exception for just because I'm such huge of a fan. I will tell you all about everything in not spoilery things, right? But you can find that at some point after the game comes out. So I will see you all next time on the Flamish Experience. Bye everyone.
We sure hope so.
Yes, next week. Bye.
Take care, everyone.